Hi, it's John and welcome to the channel. It is Monday, June the 2nd, 4:46 a.m. I've got my big blue mug of coffee. Hope you're having a great day today. Hope you had an awesome weekend. I certainly did. And just a heads up, I might be sporadic with my videos this week. I have family coming here, so that could get in the way, but I hope to put up a video every day. And if you're here today, thanks so much. If you subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, just click on subscribe and you'll help out the channel in a big way. And hit like as well. So, big news today, Premier's meeting with Carney. Yesterday, he met in Calgary with people in the oil and gas industry and the clean energy industry. Here's a tweet he put out. Canada's new government ready to fast-track major projects across the country that will make Canada an energy superpower. We met with leaders in clean and conventional energy today in Calgary. We all agree it's time to build. Now, I'm going out on a limb here. A lot of people saying they're not going to comment on what's going on when it comes to oil and gas, Alberta, Saskatchewan, until after the premiers meet today. We don't know all the details of what he spoke about yesterday in Calgary, but I'm going out on a limb here. Mark Carney is not going to see eye to eye with Danielle Smith, Scott Moe, and the people who want to pump oil and gas here. He wants them to see it his way because Mark Carney has his view of the world and he wants others to abide by it. What has he said about the oil and gas industry in the past?
And that starts with recognizing the facts. As the world shifts to using lower carbon energy, increasingly only the cleanest oil and gas will be consumed. Our oil and gas industry recognizes this. They're committed to net zero emissions by 2050, and so are we. My government will work closely with our oil and gas industry to reduce their emissions over time so that Canadian conventional energy will supply the world for decades to come.
Carney wants the oil and gas industry to buy into his vision of the world, so he's going to try to convince them that's the way to go, which has all kinds of strings attached, all kinds of regulations and handcuffs on our oil and gas industry. The way I see it, let's just get our stuff out of the ground and sell it around the world. No strings attached. That's not Carney's way. And of course, he's trying to unhitch himself from trade with the United States, our biggest trading partner, and they will always be our biggest trading partner. About $600 billion in trade every year. They're right across the border, and he wants to hitch his wagon to the EU. He said it with Rosemary Barton. They're all about carbon border adjustment. That's what the Liberals believe in. Tariffing things that come into the country that don't live up to their climate change plans.
It's a big bad world out there. The people with whom we are more likely to trade with, now that our closest trading partner is attacking us, cares about carbon emission reductions. You look at the European Union, look at the major...
Of course, hitching our wagon to the EU is perfect for Mark Carney. They think exactly like him. Here's Ursula von der Leyen, the head of the EU.
Put a price on carbon. It is a market-driven instrument, and the message is very clear. You're polluting, you must pay a price.
What Carney wants is all kinds of regulations and rules on our oil and gas industry. What has Danielle Smith said? What does Scott Moe want? Get the hell out of the way. The government that is best governs least. I've said it here before. Ronald Reagan. Get out of the way. Get rid of C-69. Get rid of emissions caps. Get rid of the tanker ban. Let us put some pipelines in, for Christ's sakes. But that's not what Carney wants. His idea is so freaking convoluted, he can't even explain it.
Is to have a form of price for the largest on carbon, for the largest emitters, said differently, the largest polluters. Now, what we are doing is changing that system or improving that system so that the price that's paid can be reduced by so-called carbon credits that are allocated. We are adding additional ones. We will be adding additional ones that ensure that the polluters are paying so that Canadians can receive support to reduce their own emissions. On the other hand, we have the opportunity to diversify trade. Guess what one of the requirements is to diversify trade to the European Union? Guess what one of the requirements is to diversify trade to the United Kingdom? Guess what one of the requirements will be to diversify trade to emerging Asia? Is to have a form of price on carbon.
Carney has a plan. It's more regulations, more taxation, more cost to you. Anything that he taxes will get passed along to you. And that includes all the things coming in from the United States that will get taxed based on his climate change plan. And that plays right into the hands of the people who voted for him. This isn't helping the environment. It's going to make things worse. But it will make people a lot of money. Here's Mark Carney in his own words.
We're going to manage to net zero by 2050. Actually, we're going to have specific targets by 2025 and 2030, so you can measure the short term. They don't say this quite as loudly, but what they're also saying and thinking, and we're going to make a lot of money off of this because actually this is the way the world's headed. I mean, I'm not sure exactly when we get there, but to be carbon competitive is going to be value creating.
I'm sure a lot of people who Mark Carney knows are just loving this. They're going to make a lot of money off of it. He likely is as well. I don't think he's disclosed all of his business dealings at Brookfield and all the other companies he's had his tentacles on. He is prime minister. Shouldn't we know that? Sunday came and went. Danielle Smith said Sunday was the day. She wants to know about the tanker ban and Bill C-69. Maybe after today we'll know. But I don't think Mark Carney sees eye to eye with Danielle Smith and all of her demands here in Alberta. And as an Alberta independent, I'm tired of asking for permission from the federal government. I'm tired of it. That's why I want to leave. Danielle Smith knows who Mark Carney is. She said it prior to the election.
I think that the Prime Minister has made his views very clear about keeping oil and gas in the ground. He's made his views very clear about he not wanting a transparent carbon tax. He wants a hidden one. So I don't think it does Alberta any good if we end up seeing massive increases to industrial carbon taxes. It's been quoted many times saying he thinks that the carbon tax is too low.
I went out on a limb. I could be totally wrong. After today, Mark Carney and Danielle Smith may walk out hand in hand, put them up in the air and say, listen, we're getting rid of all regulations on the oil and gas industry in Canada. Let's drill, baby, drill. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that's going to happen. Not a snowball's chance in hell. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it. Subscribe to the channel, for goodness sakes. I'll see you in the next one.